following up with people. And so
Sorry.
I just spent some time following up with people and checking back in with them, reminding them of the price reduction. All of them are people that have reached out to me from posts, and I just kept a running list. And that's it. It was super simple, but just being consistent and checking back in with them and seeing if I could help them. That's all.
That's not all because you had to be consistent first with social media, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
actually generate the leads, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're posting consistently on social media. If you guys aren't following Cindy, follow her now. If you want, you could drop your link in the chat, Cindy, but if you're not following her, go follow her. So she's very consistent on social media, sharing. And then I love that you said you make a list. So you don't just try to remember everyone that's commenting on your posts or saying things or asking a question or paying attention. You keep a list and you follow up. So this is very strategic. This literally is a sales cycle, right? You're generating leads. You're connecting with those leads. You're starting a conversation. You're presenting the information. You're following up. You're closing the deal. That is literally an entire sales cycle. And Cindy did that through capturing leads on social media.
Thank you. And just, I just want to say one thing. I do not like selling product. So I was super proud of myself for having three new customers. It is not something I love. So I like reaching out to people about the opportunity. So, but I'm trying hard. I'm really focusing on connecting with people and getting customers. So sharing the product.
Doing an amazing job. That was a huge win, Cindy. And Cindy is so close to director, you guys. So let's encourage her on her path to that. Does anyone else have like a praise report or a celebration you want to share in business or in life before we dive in? Anyone? I can call you.
I think Tammy reached senior brand partner. I was looking at it on my as I was sitting on my flight today. I'll double check the title, but I think she got the $100 bonus, the $200 bonus, and the $300 bonus. So whatever the $300 bonus is where you're at, Tammy. I don't even know if you looked. So
Wow, I don't even know. I don't even know. This is so
I
bad.
know.
That's amazing.
I
I
know.
I'll say just I just did a post that was a little bit not I didn't talk about LEMD. I asked ChatGPT actually to help me write it. And I posted it about a half hour ago and I already have like four people that have privately messaged me. So
Amazing. And what are
yeah.
they saying?
I'd love to hear more information. And I
Yeah.
basically just kind of talked about, midlife is a thing. And I've been trying to listen to the Power of Peptides that are posted in the boards just while I'm doing my dishes and when I listen to those, I think of people all the time. It's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I need to reach out to this person or that person. But, so much of my network are, people in midlife that just are hanging on to belly fat and have brain fog and aren't sleeping well. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
in a nutshell is so many um, of people that are out there. So anyway, I'm excited, honestly, just to authentically try to help people. And Beth, I just love your leadership, and Cindy, you too. You guys are just so genuine and just trying to be
Aw.
like you.
Oh, stop. Thank you. I'm going to take the compliment. Thank you. Um, Tammy, so this is another good example of the sales cycle, right? So let's talk about this. And if anyone else has something to share, like a win, please drop it in the chat or come off mute. Also, I want to shout out Shad. I had a great launch with Shad and one of his team members, med spa owner, like mobile, semi-mobile med spa, and she's doing amazing. Kristen, right, Chad? She's like kicked it off. She's got orders already coming in. She's off to a really good start. So
Go
huge shout out.
Shad. Go
Yes.
Shad. Go Shad.
All right. Can you guys see my screen? Yes, the sales cycle. So, Chrissy, I saw that you don't love sales. That's okay. I don't love sales. I'm not a fan of sales as a nurse. It is hard for me. But the great thing is, I really feel like sales here comes from education. And as a nurse, you're probably really good at educating people about health and about their body, and all that goes with it, whether it's treatment plan or being healthy or what they need to do next. I'm sure you're really good at that. So I think that if you start reframing it in another way, it will really help you. Also, if you continue to say that you don't like sales and it's hard for you, it will continue to be hard for you. Okay, so we want to try to reframe that into like we can do a whole work around this. But again, if sales is just the word that like is triggering for you, then let's just focus on I'm going to educate people and empower them to make better decisions about their health. If that feels really good to you, then that's what we're going to stick with, right? But we're going to get you to the point that sales is not a dirty word, because it's not. We're really helping people when you have a good solution. So here, we're talking about the sales cycle, right? And we're going to go through this really quickly, but tonight we're really going to focus on finding leads and how you can do that. And then each week we're going to kind of break down each section of the sales cycle. I'm actually going to record this in a short little series too that you guys will have access to, because I think this is super important. So in the sales cycle, you're always starting with leads. If you don't have anyone to talk to or share education or share about what you have, about a solution that you have, then you're not going anywhere, right? It's always a numbers game. The more people that you can share a solution with, preferably people that actually have a problem that you can solve, the better your results are going to be, right? So the number one goal is to find leads and to then connect with those leads, building the know, like, and trust factor. Here's the thing. You can connect with just anybody and everybody, right? But then you're going to find that by the time you get to number 6, close the deal, let's say you connect with 100 people, 100 leads, right? But they're just kind of like willy-nilly. They're some women, some men, some are, 18, some are 45, some are in college sports, some are in menopause, right? Like you have this wide range of people. You're going to find that your close percentage, maybe out of those 100, you only close 1. Right? Because your message is sort of all over the place. When you try to appeal to everyone or solve a problem for everyone, then you appeal to no one. When you try to talk to everyone, you appeal to no one. So the first really important thing in finding leads is to know who you are speaking to and what problem you can solve for them. So I love how Tammy just talked about a lot of her friends, a lot of her people in her network, a lot of who she is connected to are women going through midlife, right? So Tammy knows what they're going through because she's going through it too, and she's sharing about those things. And that attracts more people to her and also instantly provides a connection. Instantly provides a know, like, and trust. So your biggest goal, this is what I want everybody to walk away with tonight if you have not already, is to decide who are you called to serve? Who are you called to serve? And a lot of times that answer is very simply either the person that you are today or the person that you once were. So maybe you're, 5 steps ahead. You've kind of come through to the other side of a challenge or a problem you were facing. This is like, right, maybe you've lost 30 pounds. So you are now in a powerful position to serve a woman who is looking to lose 30 pounds, right? Or maybe you were once a single mom. And now you have kind of like come to the other side of that. You've gone through that struggle. Now you're very powerfully positioned to serve other single moms. Or maybe you're still going through it yourself. So you're very powerfully positioned to serve that person because you have something to connect with them on. Okay? So find out, who is it that you are called to serve? I feel very called to serve Christian moms with God-sized dreams. Like that's who I am focused on. That's who I'm attracted to. That's who comes to me. That is my person. So who are you called to serve? Get very clear on that and then start talking to them and go and find them. It will be much easier to connect because you have something in common. You build the know, like, and trust factor quickly, and then you qualify them. So do they have the problem that I could solve for them? If yes, then you present the information, then you can overcome objections, and then you can close the deal and then nurture them so that they purchase again, or so that you can continue giving them powerful tools that help them to stay strong. Okay. So this is the full sales cycle in a very quick nutshell. Again, we're going to go through every piece of this piece by piece, but tonight we're going to focus on finding leads. So where do we find leads? Anybody, just shout it out. Where have you been finding leads for your business? We just gave the example of Tammy, who got 3 new customers in 4 days using social media, consistent social media posting. So social media is a good one. Where else? Where else can you find leads? Your people. Where do your people hang out?
When you travel, talk to the people that are sitting on the plane next to you.
Yes, absolutely. When you're traveling, people sitting next to you. Where else do you find
Everyone you
leads?
meet.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Shad.
Everyone you meet.
Everyone you meet. Is everyone you meet going to be the best lead? Maybe it's not going to be your person, but maybe they are. Like Shad met the person in the parking lot. That's actually who we launched this week. He saw a bumper sticker on a car for somebody who owned a med spa, and he said, hey, I have a solution that you need to know about. Shad knows that he can help med spa owners, small business owners who want to add an additional stream of revenue. Shad knows that he can help them in a very powerful way. Instant connection. Where else?
Just your contact list on your phone, like all the people you already know.
Yes. Personal outreach. Yes. The people that you already know. Many of the people that you already know. This is what Blair talks about all the time. So you guys know Blair from Team Joy. She says that her top 3 lead sources are social media, talking specifically and directly to her person. If you guys aren't following Blair, go follow her. You'll see exactly what I mean. Talking directly to her person. Midlife women going through menopause, right? She also talks a lot to cancer survivors. So social media referrals from people that are already in like customers of hers, right? And from personal reach outs, people that she knows. Blair tells me all the time about how when she was getting started, she was like, who do I know that's my age that's probably going through similar experience as me when it comes to like midlife struggles? So she literally went back to her high school friend list. They're all the same age as me, high school friends. So I'm going to reach out to them and let them know what I'm doing now and catch up. So her 3 main avenues: social media, referrals, and personal outreach. There's another girl on our team, Corey. She's on Dr. Michelle's team. Corey is a personal trainer at a gym. She also got 3 new customers this past week, all from the gym. She's in the gym every day. Obviously, she feels called to help people in the gym. Lots of people in the gym are talking about peptides, GLP-1s, all sorts of peptides. She has her peptide menu printed on her clipboard, her personal trainer clipboard. She literally got 3 new customers by just showing that and letting them scan her QR code, by talking about it and being open about it where she already is. Right? So look at just like, where are your people hanging out? Here are some other ideas. Okay, we have social media, and social media consistent posting for sure. That's one way. We already gave you examples to look at. Cindy's, go look at Tammy's post she shared today. I can pull it up in a second. And Blair's social media. Also, groups, Facebook groups. I have been being very active in, so you guys know my husband has a heart condition. We just did the YouTube, or sorry, the Power of Peptides about that. I put it on YouTube. So I've been active in HOCM and heart health groups. That's the condition that my husband has. And just sharing about how peptides have helped him, sharing that recording, sharing the research that we're finding. And that is getting new connections and allowing us to help more people because, again, there's a common connection, right? I also specifically go to endometriosis groups. I have endometriosis. Glutathione has helped me tremendously with my pain and with my inflammation. And so I share about that and I share research studies and I talk about it in endometriosis groups. And when I do that, generally I have people friend requesting me. So I'm not in those groups saying, hey, I have a place you can buy glutathione. Here's my link, go get it. I go into those groups and actually join the conversations. So Blair has a great tactic that is 3-2-1. So you pick 2 Facebook groups to be a part of where your people are, or where there is a commonality, right? So again, for me, endometriosis or the heart health. So you pick 2 groups. You go into those 2 groups each day. You comment on 3 conversations. Comment on 3 conversations. Pick 2 people to send a friend request to from those groups. And then share one thing, one educational thing, motivational thing, something that would add value to that group. Comment on 3 posts, or 3 conversations, friend 2 people, and post one thing that adds value to the group. That is a great way to just start making more connections and be in conversation, a great way to generate leads. Okay? So there's social media, consistent posting, social media, Facebook groups, talking in your stories, and then also social media lives. So this week, we actually have another person on our team. I'm going to share this, Ashley. Ashley is an RN and also a functional health coach. She is going live on her social media on Wednesday at 10 Pacific time. And she is going to be talking about 3 misconceptions of GLP-1s in 15 minutes, plus 2 supporting peptides that people should know about. So she's going to be talking about how GLPs are for more than just weight loss. It is not cheating. A lot of people, especially in the gym environment, sometimes think GLPs are like cheating your way to weight loss. So we're going to be talking about that, 2 other support peptides, and also just her view as again, nurse and functional health coach about why she really decided, number 1, to partner with a telehealth service, but number 2, to use GLPs herself and what it's been doing for her. So this is a great one. You guys can point people to this too, because it gives more education for your people, or you can go live yourself. You can share this to your stories, to your feed. This allows you to capture leads as well. People will comment, it starts conversations. You can use it as education to send to people. Going live is a great way to just get more eyeballs and more stranger eyeballs on your content. Okay? So those are great ways to generate leads through social media. All right, then we have referrals. Referrals, just letting people know, oh, you're not interested. Oh, this isn't for you. Okay, awesome. If you know anyone that this could help, I would appreciate you send them my way. Or do you have friends in your circle that have been talking about peptides? Do you know anyone taking a GLP-1? Maybe I can help them get it less expensive or help them get a safer, more quality product. Another great way to get leads. Okay, another one. This is a new idea. You could partner with places in your community. Chrissy, I love this one for you. You could partner with places in your community to do a little workshop. It could be a 15-minute conversation, just like what I showed you that Ashley's doing live on Instagram. You could do that at a gym. You could do that at a physical therapy clinic. You could do that partnering with a chiropractor or a holistic health practitioner, just talking about the power of peptides, what you've learned, what you've seen, how they've helped people, and even just host a Q&A. right? Like a lot of people just have a lot of questions and they want someone to ask those questions too. So you can do that by partnering with these places in your community. And literally, what you would do is just go pull up Google and search chiropractors plus my zip code, right? So if I was going to do this strategy, which I just might, here's what I would do. I would go to Google and I would put chiropractor 33196. That's my zip code. And look at this. All these chiropractors come up. I would just start reaching out to them. I would call them and I would say, hi, I'm Chrissy. I'm a registered nurse. I have been doing a lot of research and educating people on the power of peptides. And I'm curious if this would add value to your clinic. I would be happy to come and do a 15-minute free workshop for your patients, for your members, for your blah, blah, blah. So this is a great way to borrow the trust of other people and capture new leads. Okay. So partnering with small businesses in your area, you could do that with gyms. You could do that again with spas, massage places. You could partner with a Botox girl, right? And then bonus, maybe they want to add peptides to their business, so they become part of your team. So that's another way. Another way is to go to networking events. Networking events in your area, whether if you go to meetup.com, sometimes you can find like vision boarding events or women in business, small business owner type of meetup events, or even there's sometimes even just like walking groups. There's menopause meetups. Like there are all kinds of things where you can find your people. So look for those types of events in your community and go. I always encourage people to do this at least once a month. If you can be in your community once a month, meeting new people, you will absolutely get new leads. And the dot card that Shad shared last time would be a great thing to have in place before you go to those things, because it's a great way to collect other people's information. The big thing you want to know when you're doing networking events is that you're not there to just give your own information. It's a give take, right? You give your information, but you make sure you take theirs, because that's the most powerful piece of it. So networking events and or wellness fairs, farmers markets, community events, like where can you be a sponsor or have a table? And I know that it's a little bit weird because we have peptides, like you're not going to be taking syringes, things like that, probably to like a wellness event, right? But you can take a peptide menu with your QR code. You could take samples of the shake, right? The GLP-1 support shake. This is a great thing to be able to share. A lot of people are already on GLP-1s. So you could take little smoothies, or you could take samples of that, and you could have it available, and you can just have a power of peptide booth and be talking with people. And again, pointing them to the right place for information. So again, wellness fairs, farmers markets, you could even, again, if you're partnering with like a Pilates studio, hey, can I come in and do a 15-minute workshop and bring free smoothies for everyone? So that's a great way to, again, borrow the trust of someone else and get new leads quickly. Okay, and then last but not least on my list, and then I want to hear if this brought up any ideas for any of you guys, there is always the option, and I don't recommend this for anyone at this point unless you're very versed in it and have done it before. There is always the option of paid ads. And I'm sure you guys have all seen ads for peptide companies out there. Again, I don't necessarily recommend this for anyone here unless you already have experience with paid ads. If you want to talk through that strategy, I would be happy to talk through it with you. But I would really encourage, if you're going to use something like that, that you wouldn't sell peptides, you would sell a supportive guide, or point people to some sort of quiz or lead magnet, maybe a Facebook support group for your type of person that helps you to just capture leads. You're not necessarily doing an ad for peptides. It's more for a supportive midlife group or single moms group or something like that. Dentist, yes, Tammy, tell me what you're thinking. I know you went off camera, so I don't know if you can talk, but tell me what you think would be a good dentist partnership to be able to get leads. You're muted.
My husband is a dentist, and this is what's cool. Beth, you and I have kind of talked about it before. He's
Yeah.
had some patients ask about the BPC 157 for joint pain, for TMJ issues. And then last week, he had a patient that came in that's been on a GLP-1. He's lost 40 pounds, and he said his gum tissue was amazing. Like it had
Ah,
improved so much. So, I say just conversations with your dentist. And
yeah.
then I think we're gonna go ahead and just print my QR code and put it in his little stations. And if people are
Yes.
interested, I think he feels more comfortable with referring to me versus selling it through his practice, but that's just him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they see all sorts of people with metabolic issues, and any healthcare provider is going to come across, the more they learn about it, the more they're going to see, gosh, you might want to consider, utilizing a peptide. So anyway,
Yes.
yeah. So I think we're going to have a info night, and invite his
Yes.
staff, and some of his staff are interested just for their own health and wellness. But
Of course.
yep.
Yes,
And
I love
then
it.
I would say too, just one thing I thought about, even if you don't have the time to get signed up to do a booth at a fair, just show up to the fair and go meet
Yes.
people. Go to their booths, go to, serve them, be interested in them, get their connections, get their contact information. And that's a great way just to add contacts.
Yes, such a good point, Tammy. Yes.
Mhm.
Same with yeah, those sort of farmers markets, any place where like your people are hanging out. There was just a great menopause the M Factor screening. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's like a movie slash like Q&A expert panel. Anyway, there was a big screening of that here in Miami. Things like that are great to go to as well if that's kind of your target market, because clearly it's all of your people, right? Like coming in one place. Chrissy, I just had a thought for you too when Tammy mentioned the staff. So this could be really powerful for you too to be able to go to like again like med spas, chiropractors, dentist office, and as a nurse you have that credibility to be able to come in and say, "Hey, I would love to talk with your staff, about the benefits of peptides." Or what I've been learning, point them in a right direction. And a lot of times those places, yeah, maybe they're not like wanting to be a pointer themselves, like a person on your team, but their people are asking, they have to get peptides somewhere, right? So they're sometimes willing to just let you have your QR code there. I love that. Good stuff, Tammy. Any other ideas? So I just wanted to show you guys the opportunities are literally endless. A lot of people, yes, in today's world, get leads from social media because everyone is there, right? There's no geography barrier. People are on their phones and on social media often. And I encourage you to use that platform and get comfortable with it. And don't just get stuck there, right? Because I think a lot of times that's what we can do. Make sure you get out in your community, talk with people, go to networking events, talk to your people. Again, like the contacts in your phone, and just let people know what you're doing. The more you talk about it, the more comfortable you get with sharing your story and or why you're doing this. The more comfortable you get pointing people to the education they need, the more leads you're going to get, the more conversions you're going to have, the more people you're going to help. All right. So that is leads. Now, the next part of lead strategy that is very important is committing to getting a certain number of new leads into your business either every day or every week. So I always try to get at least 3 new leads a day. That's my goal, whether it is for customers or team members. I often lead with the business. And then, you know, customers kind of come from that. But I'm always focused on 3 new leads a day, qualified leads. So my people, right? Maybe for you, the number's 3, maybe for you, the number's 1, right? But whatever it is, commit to that. So drop your number in the chat. How many leads are you committed to getting either every day this week or in total by the end of the week? This is our last week. Yeah. February ends on Saturday. 3 daily. I love it, Cindy. Who else? What are we committing to? 3. I love it, Tammy. 3 daily. Yes. Again, 3. Awesome, Emily. Again, you can go online 10 a week. Perfect, Shad. You can go online if you want to take the route of doing events, you know, partnering with small businesses. Go online, do that Google search. And those businesses, you know, count as leads also. Sometimes they may have a little bit of a slower turnaround, but they do count as leads. All right, match Cindy and say 3, 1 to 2 a day. Awesome, Chrissy. I love it. Okay, and now tell me, what is the avenue? 3 daily. Amazing, Sean. Okay, so now tell me, what is the avenue that you are going to use? Your first avenue and your second avenue for lead generation. Because hope is not a strategy, right? We have a goal and then we have a plan. But one of my, my bosses, we were kind of partners, but one of my bosses told me that once, hope is not a strategy. And I was like, oh yeah, it always stuck with me. We have a goal and then we have a plan. So what is the plan? Clients and social media. Yes, Sean, perfect. I can't wait to see you start talking about it. Personal reach outs and social. Good, Cindy. Morgan, contact list. Perfect. And clients. Okay, so your personal contacts, Tammy, and social. Amazing. Facebook and Instagram outreaches. Good, Hannah. Social media, new Facebook groups. Yes, Emily, just joined several menopause support groups as well as 5. Okay, amazing. Awesome. Approach other business in town. Good, Tammy. Yes, rack cards and landing page and social media. Good, Chrissy. Good. Docs and gym. All right. Okay, was this helpful? Okay, so we're all committing to our number of leads and the way that we are going to reach out to them. So this week, again, let me share this sales cycle. I am going to add in our Facebook group a little training about these parts of the sales cycle, 1 per day. So you can go in there and see like, okay, what's next? How do I qualify? How do I present? How do I overcome? I'm going to commit to 1 per day. If I can go a little faster, I will, because I know this is very, very exciting. Everyone, if I can go a little bit faster, I will. But we're going to focus on getting leads. Also, if you guys did not know, Steph is running an incredible training group that is also helping people to find leads, to use their social media, to really get new customers. If you're not in that and you want to be, message me and I can send you the link so that you can get in. They're already sort of gone through some of it, but you could still jump in and try to get caught up. It's really, really powerful and going through a lot of this stuff. Okay. All right, so that was the lead training. I'm going to stop recording.